A very important topic is emerging nowadays. Yes, it is communication skill. Now, for knowing communication skill, first let us know what are skills. Skills are something in which we are expertise. Skills may be of two types. The first is hard skill and the second one is soft skill. Now, what are hard skill? Our electrician, our plumbers, or our computer engineers, computer programmers, those falls under hard skill. And what are soft skill? Soft skill are listening skill, our management of time, the way we deal with people, the way we communicate with people, those falls under soft skill. Now, in my video journey, we are going to talk about soft skill. So, under soft skill, what really falls that makes us different from each people? Now, under soft skill, we have interpersonal relationship with people, then social communication, then we have the listening skill, and then we have, last but not the least, empathy. First, let us learn about interpersonal relationship. Interpersonal relationship is a relationship between person to person. It may be with your helper, it may be with your parents, it may be with your husband, with your kids. Every individual is different, isn't it? My father, who has raised me up from the childhood to an adult, giving his views, his wishes, his understandings, but at the end of the day, I am a different individual. I have my own preferences, I have my own likings, I have my own dislikings, isn't it? But under these things, I have to know how do I deal with each and every person. Even if it doesn't mean that it may be my father, my mother, or my husband, or my kids. Then comes social communication. Under social communication, as the name suggests, how we deal in the society. Are we wanted by the society, or we are excluded by the society? These things we have to keep in mind. Then comes listening skill. Now, listening skill is a very important skill. The other day, I was at my office and my son was running with fever. I started to tell my colleague that I am very depressed and I am very sad about my son. And as I started my story, my sad story about my son's fever and his illnesses with my colleague, she started narrating her problems to me as well at the same time. As soon as she started her conversation or her sad story with me, my conversation or my communication ends there. So, my colleague is not a good listener. So friends, you have to be a good listener. Listen to people, listen to their problem, listen to their talkings, their communication, and in that way you will gain lots of patience and you will gain the courage to deal with the society. And the next or the last thing is empathy. For example, the other day, two youths, they hired a rickshaw from one point of the place to the other. When the rickshaw puller charged more money, as soon as one of the boys, he slapped the rickshaw puller without giving a second thought. The rickshaw puller was shocked. He was very sad. But the other men who was standing and watching the situation, he told that this is not the way to deal with the downtrodden people, with the people who are in need. If you have any problem giving a more single penny to the rickshawala, try to explain to him. Talk. Instead of showing your anger, showing your bulliness, try to sort it out by talking. So, for example, if my shoe breaks, a cobbler is there to mend it, isn't it? Now, I cannot mend my own shoe, or rather, you also cannot mend your own shoe. So, we need a cobbler, of course. So, we must have empathy for each and every one of the people in the society, be it rich, poor, the middle class, or the sweepers, or anything, anybody. Be empathetic towards each people. Now here, relating to this topic, I am going to tell you one story about my life. I had one friend, my first friend you can call, in the kindergarten, and she is no more now. She committed suicide some years back, and after looking into her life, I found out that she lacked the skill of communication. She was very good at studies, she was good at sports, drama, everything. She was outspoken too, but suddenly at a certain age, of course, you need people to communicate with you, and she lacked people. She had people around her, her parents, her cousins, her grandparents, her friends, everybody was around her. Still she found nobody to communicate. And of course her parents were busy making money for her future. So here, friends, I am not neglecting her parents, or neither I am bringing her topic to make her down, but I am trying to make you understand that how communication is important, or how listening skill is important. Her parents could have asked her problems, or listened to her inner thoughts, or she rather could have told her problems to her parents or anybody else who she thought was worth telling. So with this, I have come to the end of this video. Hope you have liked it. So develop your speaking skill, develop your communication skill. This is the best skill you can acquire. Thank you. This is Nilotpala Sarma signing off.